Now here's my bike. It's a 1983 XLH 1000. Brake caliper was a solid chunk of metal when I got it. And the master cylinder. Wasn't able to do anything with the caliper, so I had to get a new one. But actually got that rebuilt. Kind of surprised myself. We got to replace this hot wire on the starter real soon. I'm going to redo all the wiring because it's complete garbage. I can't take credit for it, but here's the fuel lines. I think that's really cool. Filters clogged, so I'm working on that. I'm going to be wrapping my exhaust soon. Yeah, like I said, redoing the wiring. Got the other switch. I'll be putting blinkers on it. Speedometer, hopefully. As long as there's nothing wrong with the drive on the front. Went for a ride the other day. Blew my lens right off. I couldn't find it anywhere. Probably going to be putting the shocks back on. I'm not getting any younger. I'm 47 years old. My back ain't good enough to be riding a rigid. I got a voltmeter too. I'm going to stick right in here. It's rusty and crusty right now, but I'm going to take care of it. Right now, I'm working on the throttle cable. Whoever put this together just stabbed it in there. Look at that. There's nothing there. It's just sitting there. Kind of kinked. And it wants to sit way out here, which I don't like. So I'm going to rig something up. I'm going to put a threaded piece in there I sold off my bicycle and build me a little 90 out of some tubing instead of buying one. I'd rather make one. So I'll get the camera set up and you can watch me work. Alright, let's get this off. So here's the idea. Little cable adjuster I took off my bike. So what I'm going to do is, this is I already forgot. I know what thread it is. I got to tap for that. I'm going to tap this, so this will screw in, unless it does already. No, the nut's hitting. I'm going to tap that, screw that in, bend me a piece of tubing at a 90. Put my cable back through there correctly. Of course, I'm going to have to shorten it. And then we should be good to go. Just got to get some stuff out of the way so I can get in there. I won't bore you with all that. I'll edit this clip out. I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to find the right Allen wrench. It's like 90 degrees right now, East Texas. The bugs are trying to carry me out. Who can relate? There's a lot of things done on this bike that kind of thrown together. It's new to me. I just got it maybe 2-3 months ago. Only had it on the road once and almost didn't make it home. Fuel filter got completely clogged. I can't even blow through it. Probably do something a little custom there too, who knows. So see, this is one of those things, a stack of washers on here instead of just getting the right size bolts. I'll be taking care of that. I'm thinking about putting like a velocity stack on here. Maybe just using it kind of as a mount, putting a big cone air filter on there. I like simple stuff. I made the filter for this. I just cut some, stacked about 8 layers. And my rear fender, I had to get the back of the bike jacked 2 foot off the ground to take the rear wheel out from underneath the fender, because the bolts holding the fender on were that long. It was stacked with large nuts and washers and all kind of craziness. And they were in, it was bolted from the inside. So, and if you want to see it, I'll take my back fender back off and I'll show you. But I got these weld-in nuts I put on the inside, tacked them in, and then I got really short Allen head bolts, bolted it all together. And I can get my fender off without taking the tire off, and get my tire off without having to jack it up. It's just so much easier. I'm going to be making a lot of changes to this bike. And I'll tell you what I got coming up. So, if you want to see anything specific, or what you want to see next, I don't know. I'll change the bars. You saw them. They were some homemade ape hangers. They were completely rusted, which I'm not an ape hanger fan anyway. I like drag bars. I like my bikes very compact. Thinking about making my own oil tank. I've got a 1-gallon metal gas can. It's antique. I think that'd make a really cool oil tank. Something I've never done, but I'm sure I can figure it out. Alright, let me see if I can get this tab. And so you know, I'm probably going to be getting 90%, if not all, of my parts on eBay, because I'm cheap. And my wife don't like me spending money on my bike. Tap handle was hitting, so I'm probably going to have to find a little bitty socket. I think this is like a 5 or 5.5 millimeter. So I'll go dig one up, put it on my quarter drive ratchet and get that tapped. I'll be back. Alright, got my 5 mil socket, or 5.5. That's what I thought. Tapped a bit. This is a S&S Super B, so the housing is aluminum. You don't want to get too aggressive with it. I'm going to be taking it apart too and see what size jets are in it. This motor's got a, I don't know if they call it a stroker kit or what, but it's a big bore. It's a 1000, but it's bored out to a 1250. I'll tell you what, this sucker moves. It made me a little jumpy when I first took it. I've ridden some really powerful bikes. This Seat of the Pants dyno, I think it's got a little over 100. If the big bore straight up doubles like they say it does, then it's probably right at 114. It'll move. Alright, let's see if I can get that end with the nut on it. I don't think I'm going to be able to, which kind of stinks. Okay, it's going. Ah, perfect. Perfect. Alright. Now I just need to cut me a 90 out of something. Figure out where my sheathing needs to be cut. I got a little trick to show you too. You probably know, but I'm going to show you anyway. Get in. I don't want to fray the end of this cable. Alright, let me go figure out my 90 situation. I'll be back. Alright. I got it threaded. Get my hand out of the way here. Got it threaded. I got my piece on. I can't get this out of the way now. No other place to shut the gas off. I don't feel like taking the tank off. So I can get a better shot here. Alright, there we go. Got me a little piece of aluminum tubing. And I sanded the tip down to where it would just plug in. Just so it's not acting stupid and bouncing around out here. I put my cable in back in the retainer so I can get a measurement on where I need to cut my cable sleeve. I've got it pushed in a little farther than I usually use it, just in case I got to cut some off, because I'm really bad about fraying cables. But got it up there where it needs to be. So right there. Where I need to cut that. So I'm going to take the cable out. Slip it out of the sheathing. Quite a bit so I know it's not in the way. You can use bolt cutters or jigsaw. Whatever, chop saw. I got some Kleins here that I know will cut it, snip it right into. Just that simple. Now hopefully I can push my cable back through. Nope. Of course not. Alright, there's my cable. Okay, got her cut. Got my cable poking back through. Now, one thing I like to do, especially since this is aluminum, and I don't want my cable eventually cutting through that, I'm going to put a small piece of heat shrink over it, roughly where it's going to be catching this 90. So, right up here. If I can get it over this stupid cable, there we go. Right there. And I quit smoking, so I need to find a lighter. Or heat gun. I'll be back. Okay, there's the finished product. I had originally meant to stick a larger piece of heat shrink back here, but forgot, and already fought with this so much I didn't want to take it off again. So maybe I'll feel like doing that later. Maybe I can find some that you wrap and then heat it. But there it is, fully functional, and it's going to work so much better. Other than this crappy electric tape right here, looks better. It's definitely functional. I've got some heat shrink on the end too, because it kept fraying on me. But there it is. Totally going full throttle. Quite happy with it. I would much rather build something than go buy something. And basically they wanted almost $15 for this little piece right here. Screw that. I've got stuff laying around the house that I can make work. Hope you like that. Like I said, I got plenty more coming up. I can change that to cable. Probably be redoing all of my wiring because it's pretty messed up. Like I said, there's no circuit breakers on it right now anywhere. Definitely got to have some of those in. Need to get that hooked up. And I'm going to be doing the heat wrap on my exhaust. What else was there? I'll show you these lugs I welded in if you want. So I can put these bolts straight through. Rewired my fender. It was garbage. Going to be changing up my intake. I'm going to be adding some oil coolers too. Probably going to get those long ones on the frame, or get a small car transmission cooler and put down here at the bottom real low. I'm going to be adding a speedometer. Mirrors are new. I haven't even ridden it with the mirrors on yet. See what else. I'm thinking about sanding this tank down to bare metal and anodizing it. I've never done that before. Seems really cool to me, and I know if you charge your solution with like 48 volts, it'll make it blue. So I think that'd be cool. But I'm going to be sticking with really subdued colors. I don't like chrome, never have. Too blingy. I like dull grays, browns, rust. Alright, whatever. It's getting late and the bugs are carrying me off. There's my bike. Hope you like it. Y'all have a good night. Please subscribe. See you next time.